Welcome to From the Concrete, the series that recognizes pioneers, innovators, trendsetters, and most of all, the next generation of change makers by giving them their flowers now. I'm your host, Briana Elmore. Today we have another amazing guest to the pod, Sárah Lee.
I'm here. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. We're so excited to have you and talk to you. But before we get to talking, I must break down this bio, okay?
Oh my God, okay.
All right. Let me limber up.
Yeah.
At just 23 years old, Sárah Lee is a force to be reckoned with in media, recognized as one of Gen Z's most influential voices. In 2023, AT&T selected her as their future media mogul through the Rising Future Maker program, solidifying her place as a trailblazer in the industry. She has built a reputation as a fearless interviewer, sparking authentic, thought-provoking conversations with industry giants like Michael B. Jordan, Pharrell, Pusha T, Jermaine Dupri, Larry June, and many more. With her bold approach and ability to foster meaningful dialogue, she is a trusted force shaping the future of media. As the creator of Set Up for Success, she is on a mission to equip the next generation with the blueprint to thrive in life.
Yes.
Thrive. More than just storytelling, she is building a platform for real, unfiltered conversations with celebrities, innovators, industry leaders, and everyday people. With her unique, relatable, and warm interview approach, Sárah has a gift for uncovering stories that have never been told before, sharing deeper insights, experiences, and truths. Sárah.
Hey, thank you.
Girl.
Thank
I'm
you
so
much.
excited for you to be here and for you to be the person that's being interviewed.
I know.
I'm very excited for this.
It's new for me.
I know. Listen, I'm looking at the credits.
I know.
Baby, it's gotta be. There's
Yeah.
no way. But yes,
I'm excited.
I'm very excited to have you here. And first of all, how are you?
I'm doing good. I'm
Amazing.
good.
We're about to do even better because we're about to get into this episode, okay?
I'm excited, girl.
All right, so am I. Let's do it. Let's start with getting to know more about what led you on your path in getting to the root. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right.
Yes.
So we're going to get started. We're going to put these gloves on.
Okay.
All right? We're just going to chit-chat
Okay.
and plant these plants.
I love it.
So, how did your experience growing up in the Midwest, specifically in Illinois, inform your career path?
Okay, so growing up in Illinois, I grew up in a very small town. So where I went to school, I started out going to predominantly white schools and Catholic schools.
Yeah.
So I didn't really see myself a lot. And with my career path, I knew I wanted more. I always knew I didn't want to be local. I didn't want to be a local news anchor. Like, I got that experience when I was really young to, like, go to our station and all of that. And my dad started me out really young with media. So I had my first radio show when I was 6. So it was kind of like, I always tell people, it's like, you remember the movie Selena with her dad? And she was like, Dad, I want to go and play. And he's like, girl, you can sing. You're going to sit in here and sing. So that was kind of like my experience with my dad was like, he's like, let's record our show. And he would make a character, you know, and I would get on there and do my thing. And like, that was my experience with like getting into media. But then I was like, I want to be on TV. I want to do more because I was idolizing, like, you know, I grew up early 2000s. So I'm seeing like the girls on Disney. I'm watching, you know, my faves in media like Jeannie Mai and E! News. And like, so I was watching all these things growing up. And I was like, I want to do that. But then when I was, you know, what I knew I was surrounded by, I'm like, that's not here. Yeah. So it kind of let me understand that just because of where you grow up, that's not where you're going to end up. This is just where you're born, where you're raised, where you build and grow your character. And I went through a lot of experiences that made me a lot more confident and stronger. And I see that, you know, show up now. So Illinois kind of molded me, but I knew I'm outgrowing this outgrowing literally,
Yeah.
my environment really fast. So that's how I ended up, coming to LA later on.
How did you come up with like your trajectory? How did you
Mhm.
create that trajectory as a young child because you were
Yeah.
exposed to it so young?
Yeah.
So, what did that look like? What did that process look like for you?
It started, in high school, I was really good at speeches.
Mhm.
So I used to have, not all of my teachers I was connected to, but I had a few that I was really connected to, and they saw my talent early. So I was like doing drama, I was acting. So whenever we had like the Broadway shows in high school, I was always like, I'm gonna audition. So I was putting myself like in fear so I could, put myself out there and see what I can do when I was in high school. Then I started public speaking. And I had a speech, I remember it was so good. And I got like a standing ovation and I lost. And they chose the white girl over me. And the talent was not there.
Mhm.
And I'm like, this is not fair. Like, and I knew I had it within me. So as I was figuring out what I was gonna do, I was like, okay, I need to choose a school that will see me
Mhm.
and recognize my talent and give me an opportunity. So I knew once I got out of high school, I was still immature. I was still finding myself.
Mhm.
So I ended up choosing Lincoln College, which doesn't exist anymore, which is crazy. I went there.
Crazy.
Yeah, I went there for 2 years. And the year I got my associate's degree from there, the school closed down. After I left, I was like, I need to go to a HBCU. That was always my plan.
Mhm.
But I'm very strategic in how I think. So this career that I have was very intentional. Nothing was by accident. Everything I planned, I thought about, okay, I'm not ready right now. So let me go to a school where I can get my gen eds done because I'm not going to be in my media career until my junior, senior year.
Mhm.
So let me just kind of find myself, find my voice, find my sound. Then once I got to Hampton, I was like, if I can be great here, I'll be great in the world.
Mhm.
And I was just killing it. I was like a main anchor as a junior, and those spots were reserved for seniors. But I was
coming in as a transfer. That's a
as
big deal.
during COVID.
Yeah.
So COVID kind of helped me at the same time because everybody was masked up, everybody was secluded. So I was able to insert myself in a university and kind of dominate. So once the COVID was lifted, everyone's like, have you been here since freshman year? I'm like, no. Like, I just got here.
Then you come in like it's one band, one
Oh,
sound.
yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
it's okay.
Yeah. So finding spaces where I knew I could shine is why I decided to go to Hampton, because I knew I'm like, eventually this is where I want to go. And I studied, I looked at the alumni, I would contact the famous, well-known alumni. Like I would buy, so Kendra G, she had a webinar she was doing. I bought that webinar when she was teaching about media and how to make it in media. So I was always studying, trying to find DJs, trying to find classes on Instagram to figure this out, figure out my path. So yeah.
And that's amazing because I know, like, especially when you're in a different environment from where maybe is a different place than where it is hubs for your for your media outlets, right?
Yeah.
I know that can feel difficult. So the way that you were able to, it's like, okay, well, we're going to trial and error, but then we're also going to very much so streamline and find and create a pipeline to your dreams. You know what I mean? Where ones didn't exist.
Yeah.
So very good on you.
Thank you.
All right. Well, we're going to start. We're going to put a little bit of this dirt, about half of this dirt.
Okay.
I'm going to put it down.
Okay. Let me
That
move
in
this
there.
over.
So, how do you differentiate yourself within a segmented world filled with other journalists, hosts, and creatives?
Yeah, I learned really on that I have to be myself. I always thought I had to be like Oprah, where I had to be really, I don't know, like reserved almost, and I feel like I relate to her, and I am those things, like classy and spiritual. But I always felt like growing up that I had to be a certain way because that's what I saw with journalists. They acted a certain way, and now things have shifted. You can see now with Don Lemon and these hosts, they're creating their own lanes and their own brands. And that's what I realized. I'm like, I don't have to be like anyone else but myself. So that's how I stand out, is I had to figure out who is Sárah. So I really did a lot of psychoanalysis with myself, like figuring out, what am I into? What do I genuinely like?
Yeah.
What are conversations that I really do want to have with other guests? And I found out I don't like gossip. I don't like that. I don't want to.
'Cause that's a specific lane.
Yeah,
It's
I didn't
like,
want.
nah.
No, I didn't want to do that. So that's why I had to figure out what is my lane? What can I contribute? What is it that's going to make me stand out that someone else isn't doing? Because I think it's like with media, you get in the door, people look at you, they assume a certain thing.
Yeah.
So I didn't want my looks or whatever the case may be, my talent, where I came from, to be the defining factor. I wanted, when I speak, people are like, oh, okay, let me take her seriously. She really has something to say. So I always say my thing is about thought-provoking questions. I lean into spirituality a lot. I love to have fun, so I try to infuse humor and just make my guests feel very, very comfortable with me.
Yeah.
And I'm always about the next generation, like success and inspiration. That is a part of my brand. That's what I want to contribute to the world. And I always cared about the Black youth because I always saw how important it was for us to be seen, and to just figure out the roadmap to do that. So that's why I leaned in the direction I leaned into. Because I'm like, I don't really like sports. I mean, I could talk about sports,
Exactly.
but it's not something that I'm genuinely passionate about. So,
and at a certain point, it's like it gets inauthentic quick.
Yeah.
If you don't, if you don't
Yes.
have a passion, or it's like you ain't never watched basketball before,
Yes.
and now you over here,
Yes,
you
like,
on the half court.
you don't
know what
wanna
I mean?
do that.
You don't want to do that. And maybe some of that is exploration, and it's no right or wrong way, but you know
Right.
what's right or wrong for you.
Yeah.
And I think that that's important. And also leaning everything back into your community again, because again, you created a new blueprint for yourself, right?
Yes.
And you had to do that. So it's like, and sometimes when you do that and you're getting it from the concrete, you don't want everybody to have to go through those same things, right? Or at least help them, it's like almost like bowling with the little bumpers up. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, well, let's protect it so you can get you a strike.
Yeah.
Instead of having to go in the, now we're not in the gutter, but you get what I'm saying? Like, instead of getting the gutter ball,
I tried it. I tried everything.
Yeah.
I tried radio, and I tried the sports sidelines. I tried doing that. Like, I've done the things, so it kind of helped me narrow down, like, what do you exactly want to do? So I had to pinpoint people whose careers that I admired. I'm like, that's what I want to do, but make it my own.
Yeah. So your podcast, Set Up for Success, highlights individuals who are excelling in their careers. Can you tell us about your inspiration behind the show's premise?
Yeah, I created Set Up for Success when I graduated from college. In 2023, I graduated with my degree in journalism from Hampton, and I didn't get a job, girl. Yes, I didn't get a job, and I did everything. I know I did everything right. I got AT&T. I got a big company to back me. I got that experience. I did the internships, and I got the experience, but I didn't get the job that I was, expecting. And even the alumni that I made connections with, like, my mentor was Rashida Jones, like, president of MSNBC. So I'm like, girl, you got me right. And like, I'm not thinking how this game works, like, I'm not understanding that. So when I moved back home, it was kind of a shock because I felt like a failure. I felt like I did all this work in school. My parents told me, go get my education, get my degree. That's something no one can take away from you. And then when I didn't get the job, I felt like I failed. So when I got home, I'm like, well, I'm not just going to sit here idle, because that's just not the person I am. I'm like, well, I'm going to figure it out. Well, let me make my show, because I had made these connections with celebrities and influencers while I was, hustling in Virginia getting these interviews. I'm like, they'll come on my show. So that's when I start brainstorming, a concept, and ultimately, like, I was crafting the show name. I'm like, what could stick? What am I feeling right now to where I know other people are feeling this? So that's where I wanted to make sure that I created a show that resonated with me and resonated with other young people that just wanted some sort of blueprint, some sort of, like, hope to say, like, you're on the right path. It takes time. So I made it from my bedroom, and I crafted the show. And DeAndre Brown, I love DeAndre. He was one of my first guests, and he was popping off with Corporate Baddie, and like, and
love DeAndre.
And he did that for me. And I was like, okay. So then I started getting confident, and I just kept on, creating shows from my room. And then basically I just wanted every guest that came on the show to give the audience something. And I'm like, I just need to start. I don't care what the numbers look like. I don't care if I get, X amount of listeners. I just want to create something to keep myself in that movement so that I'm not stagnant. Because I think that's the number one way that creativity is stifled is when you just give up and you just stop, and it takes you a while to just keep that creative energy flowing. So that's why I started it, because I didn't want to lose hope that I didn't have a job,
Truly,
and I wanted to keep doing what I love, which is interviewing. That's my bread and butter. That's what I love to do. So that's how I started.
Well, I love that. First of all, just that I feel like all good things are really built out of some back to the wall scenarios, So
now or never.
It's like, you gotta do something, just like what's going on. So I think that is really beautiful that you were able to build that, and it built from such a vulnerable place within yourself. Because that helps everybody else get a more authentic experience. And so in that, like, what was your turning point moment where you were like, this is not working, this is not okay, like, you know what I mean? Like, because again, it's like we had the overarching, but like, it's like, what was your turning moment where you were like, I have a responsibility to my purpose? You know what I mean? What was that like? What was that kind of like clicking moment?
That's a good question, because I think I had a breakdown, actually. I had a breakdown. It was so bad. And I was crying. I was actually on my desk. I was trying to get the first episode done. It was a solo episode. And I was just trying to talk to the
so hard.
Oh my God. I was like, talk.
At least a person you can go off of. It's like when you're by yourself, you're like, well, all right.
Because I was just pumped. I'm like, I got the show ready. I got the idea, and the interviews hadn't happened yet. So I'm like, but I still got to get started. And it was when it took me like, Riverside knows, because I was filming it on Riverside. It was like 20 takes of me staring at myself, and I'm like, welcome to, and it's like, it's just not happening.
And I'm like, you laugh at yourself because it's like, now you trip over it. It's too much.
Now I can, but my best friend called me. He's like, what's wrong with you? And I was like, and I just got quiet. And then my mom, she came in there. She's like, she's not talking. And I just went mute. Like, I was just mute. And my dad had to come. They had to actually talk to me because I was losing it. I really was feeling like, I don't know if this is going to work. And I'm trying so hard. And I know I have the skills, but it seems like I just can't get this episode done. I don't know what's going to happen. You know what I mean? So that's when I was really thinking about, now I need to get myself together, because I don't want to get to this point where you have this degree that you have to pay back. What are you going to do? Are you going to sit here and just feel stuck? Because I really did get a flashback of me starting my YouTube channel, like that girl that was sitting on the floor doing makeup. And then I'm back in that same room after I did all these things. And it's just kind of like starting over almost, and like starting a new chapter for myself.
Having moved to Los Angeles in the past few months, what is the greatest lesson that the city has taught you so far?
Oh my God. I gotta think. So this is my first couple months here, first month here.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And I think it's taught me, because before I was about to move here, I had another breakdown. I was crying. I was like, yes, I got emotional as I got older. I don't know, but I've been trying to like figure out. I was like, will LA accept me? Like, is this where I'm meant to be? And I'm telling you, the minute me and my family got here and we got settled, it was just like I was just embraced. And I've always loved LA. Like, I've always loved the West Coast. Like, my music taste is West Coast. Everything I love is the West Coast. So I always felt so deeply connected to this place. So now that I'm here, it's kind of a trip, because I'm learning, like, I'm meant to be here. Like, I had an experience with RuPaul that went viral like a couple weeks in to me coming here. And it's just teaching me, like, put yourself out there. When things feel like they're not working out, make it work in your favor. Turn the lemons into lemonade. That's kind of how I operate. Is I'll see an opportunity and people be like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
But I'm like, no, because this is a gateway to this. So I'm always strategically thinking about things. And LA is kind of like finally putting me in the space where I belong, where everything is aligning, opportunities are coming, I'm feeling inspired. I can wake up every day, you know, and not see, you know, no shade to my hometown, but like cornfields. I can wake up and see
like
beautiful
the gray
palm
skies for months on end. Like, it's gotta stop.
I know. So every day I wake up, you know, and I'm living, you know, in a place that I cannot believe that I can even afford.
Do you ever get tripped up by seeing the mountains? Because it gets me every time. And it's like, wow, you really moved out here. You really did that. That was
You know,
crazy.
the Hollywood sign makes me feel like that.
Yeah.
Because I had it on my vision board last year. Like, it was like right there. And I was just like, and you know, when I was apartment hunting, I was all over the place. Like, I was in Koreatown. I was like, this is not what I want. Like what is this? I'm downtown.
Where I'm at?
Yes. I'm like, oh my God. So, you know, now like being able to wake up and see the Hollywood sign from my place and, you know, see the studios and, you know, just walk around and even just being able to surround myself with luxury and be able to see it and touch it and be like, I'm right there. Like, I know, you know, what it feels like to be here. And I'm just taking it all in. I love LA. Yeah. I want to be here till I'm in the ground, girl. I love LA.
Period.
Yes, I love it.
Now, you've done so much in your career, but we would love to know how you fill your own cup and pour into yourself. Well, before we get started, I'm going to pour you a little bit of tea.
Okay.
Real good.
Okay.
While we get tea from you,
yes,
okay?
Get the tea, honey.
Yes. So outside of the world of communications, what are some ways that you pour into yourself?
Okay. So I love to journal. I love to read books. Podcasts are always my favorite. I love listening to other podcasts. And I told you this, but I do love astrology. Yeah. I love my astrologer so much. I tap in with him when I need to tap in with him, but I'm a strong girl. You know what I mean? So, like, I'm not dependent at all, but it's
a good tool.
It's amazing.
It's literally just a tool.
Yes. So those are the ways I like to. I love talking to my best friend. And my family. I'm very family oriented. So I'm always doing that. Walking a lot. Love to walk, love to be in nature. And yeah, anything that's feminine, I love. So Pinterest boards, I'll be on my Pinterest making boards. So even if I'm not worried about my
DIY girl,
I don't. I feel like I could. I used to draw. I got back into drawing. I don't draw that much anymore. But yeah, and I actually love making floral bouquets for my apartment.
Oh wow! Yeah, that's
like I like doing
fun.
Little floral arrangements for myself.
You're in the right place.
I know. Yeah, so those are ways I like to pour into myself. I like doing stuff like that. Something that just gets me tapped back into my feminine. You know, ways I could pour. And I love makeup. I love glam. Whenever I'm feeling down, I'm like, let me just beat my face.
If you look good, you feel good. You know? So that helps a long ways. But also, it sounds like the ways that you pour into yourself are just things that literally grant you permission to not show up perfectly.
Yes.
And to be just like a whole human being. You know what I mean? And so, like, in that, like, what do you find is the way that you're able to just be like, forget it. What is what's one of those outlets? Which one gives you that permission the most?
I think it's astrology. You know, I went to Barnes & Noble and I actually got like an oracle deck. So sometimes I like to pull like from an oracle deck and like see like what my energy is. And then I like to get wisdom from that. I love talking to my best friend too. Like, we're like the same person. So when I do that, also, I get inspired from women from the past. Like, I love the era of the 1950s. So when I'm like chilling and I'm like, you know, really taking care of myself, I like to watch old Hollywood icons. Like, I love watching Dorothy Dandridge's movies, and I love Marilyn Monroe. I love Ava Gardner. I love those girls.
Ruby D.
Yeah, I love all of the women. Like Eartha Kitt. Like those women, they show me, even from different generations, like they were so glamorous and they weren't perfect, and they showed their flaws. And I love watching interviews too. Like I just love to find wisdom, and then it makes me feel a lot better. I'm like, oh, you're young, you have time.
Yeah.
It's not the end of the world. So things like that it genuinely makes me happy. Like it's taken me a while to find the things that actually like, oh, I'm so passionate about this. This is so fun. And giving myself that permission to not feel judged about the things that I like is what I like. I'm not forcing you to, like anything, but I don't know. It just keeps me grounded and lets me know, like, you can just be yourself. Even when I'm just chilling, no glam, no nothing, like loving myself, even in that place is really good.
Yeah, and I also think that is like such a good thing to be able to go back to people who are literal icons, right? For Black women and women, period. But then also being able to go back and see, oh, they were human, and learn more about their stories, or even tie yourself and inspire yourself even from their work and their legacy, and be able to pour into your own. I think that's really smart.
Yes, it gives me joy, girl. I love it. I love it so much.
I love that too. All right. Now, after graduating from college, many people go through a phase of the postgraduate depression, trying to figure it out and figure out what's next in their lives. So we did kind of touch on it, but what are some of the other strategies that you use to strengthen your mental health in that time? We talked about how we get on the grind and how we like move on, but what were the strategies for your mental health?
It was talking to my mentors, because sometimes when you talk to people who've already walked a somewhat similar path, even if it's not exact, they just pour into you in a way where they kind of calm you down, calm your nervous system down to let you know, like, everything's fine. It's all good. You don't have to put all this pressure on yourself. And that really helped me a lot, just understanding that I'm right on time. And I have multiple mentors. They all do different things. They're not just all from media.
We gotta have a mentor team.
Yeah, yeah. And I don't reach out when I need them. I constantly check in. I think that's the way, like, you cultivate the real relationship. And I love when other people can pour into me, because it makes me feel so much better. Even if I don't have everything figured out. I think, to me, that was the best way that I was able to continue on, because then they're always thinking about you, like, oh, I know you're working on this. I'll keep that in mind, and that kind of lifts your spirits up a little bit.
And even if they have opportunities, again, like, you're reaching out for them for more than just like, hey, I need.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, how are you doing? Or here's some updates on what's going on with me.
Yeah.
You're treating them like a human being.
Yeah.
So it's like
I
want to be more there for you,
Yeah. I hate the transactional relationships. I don't deal with people in that way, because I don't want to be dealt with in that way. I love to genuinely, if I'm gonna call you a mentor, if I'm gonna call you a friend, like, it's someone that I reach out to, I connect with, because the exchange is mutual. It's not one-sided in that way.
Yeah, first of all, you never want to be the person that only gets called when somebody needs something, but you don't want to also be the person that only call people when you need something. So it's just kind of, it's important to kind of have that reciprocity. And also, I'd like to touch on a point with you talking about, like, reaching out to your mentors to help you. I think that it helps normalize your experience, right? You're like, is this regular? Like, you know what I mean? Like, or is it just something, do I need to hang it up? Like, I need to hang up that jersey and let it ride and figure out something else. Like, do I need to pivot? And sometimes that can help. Have you found that has helped you just kind of stay the course with your aspirations?
It can. Sometimes it can't, though. I'm gonna be real with you. Sometimes, and I was talking to my dad about this, sometimes the wisdom that I receive will be wrapped in fear. So it'll be wisdom, but it's like fear-based.
So much caution, right?
Yeah, or it's like, no, you're gonna have to struggle, or you're gonna have to do it this way. You can't do it that way. And I'm like, well, why not? Well, why can't I have this opportunity this way? Well, you're too young. It doesn't work that way. That's not how life works. And I'm like, okay. So now I know the right question size. It's all about what you're asking ultimately. Because I asked a lot of my mentors, should I come to LA? They said no. Everybody said no. They were like, don't go to LA. We're in a digital world. You can do anything from your home. I'm like, I can't do anything from Decatur. Like, I can't do anything from Miss Decatur, Illinois. Like, because I was trapped in my room. I was trapped in trying to create but I'm not in the mix.
Yeah.
So sometimes, you have to take it with a grain of salt, because people are only telling you what they know from their experience and where they are. So sometimes I just ask the right questions, because then I'll ask like, okay, well, if you were my age and you were at this point, what would you do? Oh, I'd go to New York. Oh, I'd go. So I'm like, okay.
Well,
so I'm going to LA.
yeah, I'm just
Thank
going
you.
to do it.
Confirmation. That's what I needed, So sometimes it's about what you're asking. And it's not like they mean to all the time. I'm not saying that. But sometimes the wisdom from our elders or even people our own age, it can be fear-based. So you have to kind of understand, when is it time for me to take a calculated risk, and when is it time for me to kind of sit back and fill it out and make a plan. So that's how I operate in that.
And your limitations,
yeah.
Right? So what's hard lines and not. And also, I think a good important thing to say is like, even though, yes, it is digital or whatever, it's like having that mindset being so closed off. And in this one, you know what I mean? Like it can stifle your ability to grow, but then also your relatability to the people that you're speaking with, right? Because it's like, well, I don't know anything outside of my hometown.
Yeah.
Last question.
Okay.
What advice would you give aspiring journalists regarding manifestation of their goals and to break into the manifestation of their goals to break into the industry?
I would say make a vision board. I didn't make a vision board this year because it's already in my mental. Like I'm seeing it every day. So I didn't feel like, and I kind of wanted to allow God to create for me. But sometimes when you're in the beginning of your journey, you don't really see it.
Yeah.
So I would say make a vision board and find people who their career is exactly what you want to a certain degree. Study them, study what they did, what worked for them. And then I would say journal. So a lot of what I did, I script a lot too. Yeah. Like, so sometimes when I want something or I'm trying to create something for myself, I'm always like, I have this amazing big show, so I'll write in, the future tense, like I already have it. So those are the ways. And I would also say, when you are crafting your dream, get really specific. The more specific I got, the more my dreams became exactly what I pictured it, plus more. I had Michael B. Jordan. I had like all of the people that I had.
Listen. Give me that energy. Yeah.
Professionally, I was like, I will interview that man.
Will.
Even, Larry June was my favorite. He was one of my favorite, especially when I was at home. I was, playing his records a lot when I would be walking, and he just promotes that positivity. So sometimes you'll align.
And you can tell it's just, he's an authentic,
he's very genuine. Yeah.
Cool, nice man.
Yeah, he's very cool. And, I was very specific with that. So I was consuming. So sometimes you got to consume a lot of what you want, and it helps you attract a lot, with what you want. I studied a lot, just with growth, law of attraction, what that means, and in my word and my connection with God, and how that connects with me. So it helps. I feel like it's a culmination of all of those things, and just believing that you deserve it, not faking it and feeling like, because you can wish, all you want, and you might put yourself there, but you won't be able to hold on to it because you don't really think that you deserve to have it. Like, I truly tell myself, you deserve this career. You will do the things that you want to do. That's how I talk to myself. So I feel like that's the perfect way to create your destiny. And then, you'll start to find what you want in the career that, especially in media, there's so many different ways you could go. Like, and now we're in a time where it's easier than ever, so as long as you're consistent, and as long as you, stay grounded in your truth and what you want, and stay on your square, and you don't move for anybody, it'll work out for you. But it takes time.
And I think in doing that, and even doing the vision boards and all of those different things, I think that it helps. One of my favorite quotes, and it's always stuck with me from like church, being a little girl. He was just saying, like, you have to visualize what you want, and you have to paint it on the tapestry of your heart, right? So it's important to be in those environments, to be able to see the stuff, because again, it's right here. That's deeper than a vision board, right? That's here. That's ingrained.
Yes.
And so if you need the vision board to help you start to build that internal, like, connection and pull and gravitation to those things, I think that is very important.
It is. I love that. That's beautiful.
Girl, you can keep it.
I'm going to take that. I love it.
This episode is sponsored by Picture Life. Picture Life is a premium photo booth rental company that delivers immersive, high-energy experiences for weddings, parties, and corporate events. They help clients capture unforgettable moments with customized branding and instant social sharing. Picture Life, your partner for every occasion. Now, let's get a little wild and a little nosy in Wildflower, our rapid this or that game.
Oh, girl, Bree. I'm like,
look, let me stand you up.
I'm like, let me get ready. Okay.
You ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right, this should be fun. This is actually my fave.
Is it?
Yeah,
okay.
This is really fun.
Okay.
So you're going to pull from here. It's going to be a this or that question. Two things. You got to choose between them.
Okay.
All right? And then you just tell us what you're doing. That's all we doing.
Okay.
You pull, I pull, but you're going to answer.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. It's this one. Oh, this is so easy. Okay, so I can tell you?
Yeah, you got to tell us what it is.
Almond-shaped nails or coffin-shaped nails? Almond-shaped nails.
Period.
I have no nails right now, but if the girls were done, they would be almond-shaped.
I love almond-shaped eats.
It does. It makes, because my hands are small, it makes them, look a little bit longer and
also
prettier.
You just feel really dainty and ladylike.
Yes.
That's good.
That's
I love a good one.
I love that.
All right.
Oh, God.
Ethiopian cuisine or Chicago cuisine?
Ethiopian cuisine. Girl, that wasn't hard.
What specifically? You said immediately.
I love Doro Watts down.
Now, what does that explain?
So it's the meat with the sauce and the boiled egg, and like you eat it with injera. It's so
now I do know what injera is. That's that bread,
yes,
right? That you can grab stuff with.
Yeah, it's so good. I'm craving it. Actually, I passed it when I was coming here. I'm like, Masab? I'm like, I might have to stop by right quick.
Wait a minute.
Yes, Ethiopian food down.
Love Ethiopia.
Yes, okay, my turn. Okay, AT&T Dream in Black or Essence Hollywood House. This is not hard. AT&T Dream in Black.
Period.
Okay, AT&T because they gave me my biggest opportunity in school to give me a platform. Like, they took me to NBA All-Star Weekend. They took me to Disney. They took me all over the place.
Okay, so you AT&T down.
Yeah, I'm AT&T to the death. Yeah, I love AT&T. Yes.
And I love that for you. All right.
Okay. Oh my God.
I actually am very excited about this.
Okay.
All right. Interviewing Michael B. Jordan or interviewing Pharrell?
What kind of question is that? I don't know.
Listen, every time I tell people I allow one cheat, but that means you got to answer the rest of it. You don't know what's in there.
Okay.
So
okay. I'm gonna say Pharrell because that's so hard. Okay. Love Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah, no, this doesn't mean you don't like the other
I know.
Okay.
But I'm saying love Michael B. Jordan because he was like the first celebrity to give me my first yes. So I always feel connected with him in that way. But the interview was not as long as I would have wanted to because it was my first big one. Pharrell, I'm going to say is my answer because he gave me the time. Like, we kikied.
Yeah.
Like, he stopped everybody. He was like, yeah, I'll do this. And like, it was amazing. We stuck backstage, girl, to get that interview. Like, I was hustling.
You know what? I think he is a special being. I do appreciate him. And like, again, we love both of them.
I love him down. Yeah. But I'm going to say Pharrell for sure.
Okay. Making mood boards or writing affirmations?
Ooh, making mood boards. I love, that's what I said. I'm a Pinterest girl down. Add me on Pinterest.
Yes.
Add Sárah Lee on air. I love Pinterest so much. I have a board for everything. Like, I love making vibes. Like, even if they're like, why are you making a board about this? Because I like it.
Because I can.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I might not do anything, but I love this stuff, Like, everybody, listen, I have wedding board.
I have that.
We got wedding board. We got apartment decorating board.
Oh, yeah. Everything with me is planned.
Everything.
I'm a Capricorn and a Virgo. So everything is curated.
So everything has to make some sense.
Yes. Oh, Hampton University or Howard University. There's only one HU on this note. The real HU is Hampton University.
Hosting or interviewing?
It's interviewing.
Yeah.
I like to host. And I want to do more hosting, like maybe like Grammys, you know, where I can get a chance to do stuff like that, or, you know, bigger red carpets. Maybe that might, I don't know if the love will outweigh, but I love interviewing the most. Yeah.
Well, I could tell.
Yeah.
Well, that was it. That was all
good.
our questions
love
we have for
these.
you.
This is so me.
We know that no one can do this alone. And give them their flowers. We would love to know who is inspiring you.
Oh my God, yes. I'm excited.
Right. Sárah?
Yes.
Who would you like to give flowers to and why?
Okay, so in my personal life, I'm going to say my best friend, Antoine. Antoine has been with me when nobody cared about my little media dream. No one cared about what I was doing. Like, he's always been there, and he's such a supportive best friend. Like, I love everything about him, and you know, he's uplifted me in times where I really didn't know if I was going to be. He's like, I knew from the first time I saw you at that radio station, you were going to be successful, girl. And I'm like, I love my best friend. So I'm going to say for flowers, personally, my bestie. I'm going to give him to.
In a world where you can be anybody, be an Antoine.
Be a Antoine.
Because it's important to have those friends there.
Yes.
That can always help you see the vision when you may not be able to.
Yes, that's my sis.
Shout out to him.
Love Antoine.
All right. Who is someone in your industry that is killing the game right now that you want to give their flowers to?
Taylor Rooks. I love me some Taylor Rooks. Taylor Rooks, I met her at Legacy Classic, and she gave me her number. I was so excited. And she actually called me, and we had a conversation. She poured into me. This was like right when I was about to graduate. And she was, you know, we were just talking, and I just never forgot that because she gave me her time, you know, and I really admire her. She's glamorous. She's stunning. She's an amazing interviewer. Like, when I see her, I see myself, like me, like just a few years older. I'm like, that is who I want to be. She knows her craft. She's stunning. And no one can take that away from her, but she does the job and she does it well, you know, and she's faced a lot of criticism just because, you know, people try to put her in this category that she's only beautiful, and that's why she's getting this. Like, she has worked her tail off, and she is, you know, a really big inspiration of mine. I'll never forget talking to her. She's just really sweet and someone that really studies media. And I just relate to her a lot, like in so many ways. Like, she's the best. So I'm gonna give my flowers to Miss Taylor Rooks.
Come on,
best interviewer in the game.
Yes, Taylor, yes.
Love her. Love her.
Let's summon that energy all the time.
I know. I love Taylor. She's so good.
Oh my God. Well, we love you.
Thank you.
Okay, and so we would love to conclude this episode by giving you your flowers. Okay, literally.
Oh my God.
Here you go.
Thank you. Oh my God, I can't wait to I'm like already thinking, I'm like, let me put this in my apartment. Let me get my vase. Let me start.
I was like, oh, she about to be
you know I
these.
love this.
And we also have a card.
Oh my gosh. Bree. Oh wait. Oh my God, it's so long. I'm going to cry.
Don't cry just yet.
This is so sentimental.
Listen, I'm not done giving you love.
Okay.
Girl.
Oh my God.
Listen, we are so inspired by you, who you are, the work that you do, your message, and how you rose from the concrete. Please know we love you around here. We're so happy that you were here and you had this conversation with us.
Oh my God.
But before we leave, is there anything that you'd like to share with our viewers?
I just want to share with them that, you know, it gets greater over time. Just, you know, keep being persistent, find your passion and stick with it. If you love it, you know, it doesn't matter, you know, how long it takes. It doesn't matter the money right now, you know, what that looks like. Just keep doing what you love, and opportunities will open up, and you'll be guided. You just got to be paying attention.
Yeah. And then do another plug of that podcast and that social media.
Big things are coming. Yeah. Big things are coming. So there might be some shifts happening with the show. So that's why I haven't been posting about it. So
a good shift.
A big shift, girl. I'll let you know. So just follow me on Instagram at Sárah Lee on air. You'll see, you know, my journey through LA. I've been wanting to take my followers through this process of everything that's been happening. Yeah. So at Sárah Lee on air on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, everything.
Yeah, across all
the platforms, honey.
Yeah. Oh my God. Well, again, thank you so much for being here with us. Truly, I have It's been a pleasure talking
You're
to
so
you.
good, by the way.
You're so good.
Thank you.
And listen, together we are great.
Yes.
Okay, and thank you. And we'll see you all on the next episode of From the Concrete.
Bye, y'all.
Bye. This episode is presented by Dirt Stained Roses Productions. Listen on all streaming platforms and watch full episodes at www.dirt-stainedroses.com.